Hello happy gardeners, welcome back to Stinky Ditch Nursery. It's the last day in May, in fact it's the evening. I've left it to the last minute to do my monthly tour and anyway, let's get on with it. Here we have some willow cuttings, these beautiful purple willows. I did a little video on them earlier in the year. Their flowers have sort of got this purple colour. And as you can see, I took these cuttings a month ago and you've got new growth coming on them already, and we've already got roots coming out of the bottom. Fantastic stuff. The willow is one of these plants that you can really take cuttings from quite easily, and they will take. We've got a load of tree peonies over there. They're doing very well at the moment. They've finished flowering, but they're leaving these jungly leaves. And our cyclamen, here's the baby cyclamen. They do not look their best this time of year, but the babies, as you can see, seem to sort of go through the summer with green leaves usually. If you're growing these for the first time, do not worry if they die back like that. It's perfectly natural. I say it all the time, but it is perfectly natural. What else have we got going on? Again, more tree peonies. Jungly as you know, they don't flower for very long in the year, but they come up with these lovely leaves. They die back in the winter, but they're a lovely addition to your garden. Stop saying lovely, Robbie. Right, what else have we got? We've got some diorama. These little dioramas. I've got my first diorama coming into flower outside. I'll show you in a minute. These were from last year. They take a long time to flower. Well, they take a long time to grow. Oh, look at these. Now, these are our freesias. They love being stroked. Absolutely love being stroked. They're a freesia, what are they called? False freesia, freesia laxa. I'm terrible with names. But these, they grow anywhere. They grow in really dry conditions. They come from Africa. They don't mind the dry. We've got lots of things popping up now. I've had a bit of madness. I've been off the wall for the last sort of 6-8 weeks. But certain plants tolerate my madness. Some don't, some do. But these are false pineapples. I grow these, but they really don't mind a bit of neglect. I've got some, these are lobelia, but these are a lobelia tupa. Google them, they're incredible. And here, look at these tiny, weeny little grass things coming up. They will eventually grow into these bigger grass things over here that have the most beautiful flowers. And again, I don't know what they're called. I really should have a bit of an education on this stuff as I grow it. Here we are, more cyclamen. Still, you know, a few of them are still green, but some of them are not doing well. I've been playing them a lot of music, mainly Debbie Harry and Leonard Cohen at the moment. Oh, and a bit of Adam and the Ants. They don't mind Adam and the Ants. And there we are, look at these. These are little tiny penstemons coming up like that. Again, they don't mind the neglect. They do not mind a bit of neglect. Right, let's have a look at these cyclamen. This is what, oh, before I do that, here we are, another few plants that don't mind a bit of neglect. We've got some, these are a Himalayan Thistle. I can't remember the name of it. I got some outside. They've got the most beautiful flowers, but again, they don't mind a bit of neglect. You bung them in a seed tray, give them a bit of water, and leave them alone, and they will start coming. And I've got some Incarvelia as well. These are lovely. Look at them coming up. And a few things in my seed trays. Look, these are all weeds, but I know they're weeds. Get to know your weeds. Get to know your, well, they call them weeds. They're just wild flowers. Here, see, there's a few weeds, but these are, again, diorama that I planted on the 24th of the something or other. And as you can see, because I know what they are, these tiny little things coming up here, these are diorama. And like I said, I've got one flowering outside. They do take about 4 or 5 years to flower, so you've got to be patient, but that is what nature is all about. And here we go, onto the cyclamen. Look at them. They do not look like there's anything going on, but they are just sleeping. They are just sleeping. This is what they do in the summer. They come from the Mediterranean, so they sleep in the summer. I say this every year. And they have these wonderful springy seed pods. Let me find her. There we go, look at that. You've got this big, massive seed pods. There's hundreds of seeds in there, ready to self-seed. You can keep them in your garden. Oh, and I've got them splitting. See, I'm going to start collecting seed now. I'm going to put them online, and we have got fresh seed. Fresh seed is what you want with your cyclamen. There you are. See, these are all splitting. I'm going to be collecting all these up later. But, okay, so there's the greenhouse. It's mainly full of cyclamen that are currently sleeping. We've got some agapanthus starting to grow over there, and I've got a few peas and beans, but I never really get on very well with them because of the madness. Anyway, and there we are. Look, These are the bigger agapanthus. They are such tough plants. You can just bung them in your garden and they will come back year after year after year. Anyway, as far as I'm concerned, that's the boring bit. Let's have a look outside. Now, I've embraced the No Mow May with full enthusiasm, as you can see. We've got some diorama there. We've got, this is my soil pile. But look, it's just covered, absolutely covered in different stuff. Look at these beautiful grasses. They're coming up here, just coming up and ripening. Aren't they absolutely lovely? I've got some foxgloves here, some digitalis. These just self-seeded, but beautiful, beautiful plants. This is what it's all about, people. You've got to let stuff do it by itself. It knows best. We do not know. Got these little geraniums sort of starting to close up at the moment, and amongst that I've got these, it's just grass growing above it. But this is what nature loves. This is what it's all about. Over here we've got some Geranium macrorhizum. Lovely little white flowers on this one. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And these are another plant you can just chuck in your garden and it will stay and it will come back year after year after year. I've got some beautiful little allium here. These little yellow flowers here. If you crush them and smell them, they smell like onions. They're part of the onion family, but don't eat them. And what else? Oh, clover. The clover's all starting to flower. Now why would someone not want that in their lawn? It's lovely. And we've got some mousy hawkbit. I did a little, oh, they've all closed up for the night. It's starting to get a bit late now. But you can see all these tiny little mousy hawkbits. They're like little tiny dandelions and they're little tiny seed heads like this. So I'm going to collect some of these seeds and put them online for people if you want to have a bit of that in your lawn. You've got to have plants in your lawn that are not just grass. It's very, very important. It really is. And we've got, look at these. We've got a beautiful field geraniums. They're all starting to close up a little bit. Again, another plant you can just chuck in and it will sort itself out. We've got our Euphorbias here. Oh, I've got a Euphorbia over here that's absolutely stunning. I can't remember the name of it, but it is beautiful. Look at this in the sunshine. The bugs and the flies and the bees absolutely love this, as they do with the Buddleia globosa. I've got a Buddleia globosa. I didn't chop it back this year. I should have done, but as you can see, look at that. These things are absolutely, look how many bees I've got on there. Look at that. This is what you want in your garden. You've got to be working with nature. It's so, so important. I'll talk about it in a minute. Now, this is my nursery. If someone else had taken it over, they would have probably completely flattened it and covered it with black plastic or something to keep all the weeds at bay. But the weeds are the important bit. Okay, I did get a bit of a vegetable plot going and we've got some onions on the go, which are looking nice. But that was about it. It all sort of fell apart there. Another beautiful field geranium. Look at this. It's got these really dark leaves and these stunning, stunning flowers on them. I've got a Himalayan climbing rose here. Look at this. I'll get close up to it. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? I can't put the smell over, but the smell of it is gorgeous. And if you've got an apple tree or any sort of tree in your garden, get yourself a climbing rose to go through it. See what I mean? Who wouldn't want that? They're wonderful things. I've got the stalk of it as well. Oh, my diorama. Let me show you my diorama. My first diorama is coming to flower this year. And the daisies. Even the simplest thing like a daisy in the lawn is adding. It is not subtracting. This is adding to what we need to be doing as gardeners. Gardens are one of the few havens that wildlife now has. Look, there's a bee on these Geranium macrorhizums. There's another bee. This is what it's all about. This is what it's all about. Bit of a curry plant there. Very controversial thing on YouTube I found. Lots of different types of curry plants all over the world. We've got some more. Oh, here we go. Look at this. Angel's fishing rods. Just starting to come into flower, that one. These will last for throughout the summer. They're sort of grassy things, but they come up with these beautiful, beautiful, graceful, ethereal flowers. And here's another geranium, a very dark one that's just about to flower. Look at these buds, just ready to burst. Absolutely deep, deep green with a bit of purple attached to them. They're so beautiful. Another one here. They turn into quite large plants if you want a large plant. Look at that, you can just stick it in your border. They die back to nothing during the winter, and then they pop back up again each year. And here we are, here's another one. You can see the amount of flowers that they have on them. These are just starting to close up now because it's getting a little bit dark. The sun's going down, as you can see over there. And that willow tree, it's dropping its seeds at the moment. I can't really catch them on camera. Oh, there, I've caught one. Where is it? There it is. Oh no, missed it. But these seeds are so tiny, they're absolutely microscopic. And yet, it contains the information that we need, or it needs, to turn into an entire tree. We cannot make these, people. We cannot make them. If they go, we do not have them anymore. And Joni Mitchell will be right. We will have a tree museum. And if we carry on the way we are... Oh, look at this. Here we have some Hellebores that have turned into seed pods now. These are going to split open in a few weeks, and we'll have some lovely black seeds out of those, and we'll be able to keep some Hellebores going. They're a lovely plant to have in your garden, very jungly again. Evergreen plants, beautiful. And nettles. What's wrong with some nettles? The wildlife love nettles, they absolutely love them. And they're just starting to come into flower, as you can see. Bit of rosebay willow herb. Get to know your wild plants. It's not all green stuff, bit of cleavers. It's all individual things, bit of hogweed there. The flowers coming up. This is what nature likes. It doesn't particularly like the double flowers that we put in our garden, that we think are beautiful. Lovely few buttercups there. Letting it go wild is the best thing that you can do for nature. And then you just stick in a few geraniums, hardy geraniums like this. You know, there's another one there. Beautiful things. These ones, I put a little picture of it on Instagram and Facebook the other day. They've got heart-shaped petals. What would be better confetti than that? Probably quite a bit of a trick to do. And here, I've just let this all grow over. I get into this, and I'm not a botanist, I don't know the names of everything, but I do see the differences in all the things that are growing. And this is what you want. Biodiversity is what it is all about. What it's all about, people. If we ignore this, it's all going to go wrong in the next few thousand years. Look at that. That is the stem of that climbing rose that goes right up into the tree here, right up into the canopy, and gives us those beautiful, beautiful scented flowers throughout the summer. Anyway, this has been Robbie Phoenix down at Stinky Ditch Nursery, just giving you a bit of a tour of what's going on. And anyway, if you're worried about the weeds, and you look at these meadow grasses, aren't they beautiful? What we consider to be messy is what nature intended. This is what we should be doing. If we don't, it's gonna go wrong. It might not go wrong tomorrow, it might not go wrong the next day, but it will eventually go wrong. It's essential, absolutely essential, as gardeners, that we understand this and we allow nature to carry on doing what it's been doing for millions of years, and not be so, dare I say, arrogant in the way that we think that we know best. Because, as we now know, we really, really don't. Anyway, this has been Robbie Phoenix, having a bit of a moan down at Stinky Ditch Nursery on the last day of May. A beautiful, beautiful English evening. Thank you for watching.